Beginning with the vision of two entrepreneurs. The first Central store opened in 1947 to serve the growing needs of the people of Bangkok. Just as growth and success only come from an integrated vision, true strength doesn't come from one single thing, but from how everything works together. Our achievement is the weaving together of the best of Thailand with the best in business. Passion, excellence, and commitment. Central Group is the leader in every one of our business sectors, including Central Department Store Group, Central Food Retail Group, Central Hardlines Group, Central Online, Central Property Development and Investment, Central Marketing Group, Centara Hotels and Resorts, Central Restaurant Group, Central Group Vietnam. As a global icon of the kingdom, Central Group is proudly expanding its reach abroad, starting with Vietnam, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Our successful retail ventures into Europe with properties in Italy, Denmark, and Germany prove that we can compete in the most developed and advanced markets.
Hi, my name is Lomfai and my friend Jenny here. Today we are with Kun Hana and now we are going to interview her about her job and the company that she is working for and her responsibility in her job. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Let's start with the first question. Can you introduce yourself briefly with your position in your company?
My name is Haeyeon Kim for my real name, and also as Phi called me, you can call me as Hannah. I'm currently working in Central Group for specialist in marketing strategy, and that's what I'm doing currently.
Wow, it sounds interesting. And can you please explain your company and your responsibilities?
Okay. As all of you have ever heard about the Central, currently Central has joined together as a Central Group, which they have different part of the business units, such as Central Retail, Central Patana, or Centara as the hospitality. So I'm one of the Central Group members. So I'm in charge of all of the business units to talk each other to know what each of the business units are going on and how they should work on for the furthermore Central Group's work in strategy parts. So my responsibility currently is working on strategies about the sustainability, which is about the ESG, abbreviation of environment, social, and governance. So we are looking for the sustainability of the Central Group to working on with the social in Thailand of the nations and with all of the citizens to help up with.
Well, that sounds pretty challenging. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What do you like about your job the most?
I really like the part that I do have the opportunity to consider about the nation's current situations, such as COVID-19 situations or some kind of hard decisions on economy parts of the nations. So the most biggest one that we are working on currently is working on about the environmental situations. So as the Prime Minister of the Thailand have announced in the United Nations conference, Thailand is looking for zero waste or zero carbon footprints to work on in the near future. So I was really interested on there, and the word of sustainability made me feel kind of challenging to see, because it is not just about the business, but it is all about the nations and social situations that we are going on. So we should have to look for the problems that are going on in the country, and we have to find a solution and also find a solution for our business to develop in the near future either.
Okay, so what is the most challenging task about your job?
the most challenging part is that we have to think about the new policies or strategies. As newcomer, yeah, it is also possible, but it is really hard for the organizations to make up new policy or new strategy to go on, because Central is a big organizations, and it is really hard for the flow of the works within the organizations and the different business units.
Okay, so have you ever experienced any difficulties in your job, and what was it and how did you overcome with it?
Yeah, definitely I did. Because from my working experiences, I just worked alone, and I was a freelancer in different parts, such as interpreters or organizer for a small company. But as working in the organizations and being a part of that was really hard, because I have to match for their organizational culture and their working cultures, such as for example, my job is really agile, and you have to be really flexible for on it, because we don't know what kind of the work or when does the work come to us. So the most difficult part was that one, that I had to be one of the organizations, since I had really high individuality. From changing individuality to the collective part of the culture is, yeah, it was hard. And also similarly, the most challenging part was being sending to the Thai market. So Central Retail has currently joined the market of the Thailand. So we had to submit some of the questionnaires to set market, which is the Thai market, Thai stock market. So fortunately, Central Retail has become one of part of the Thai set market. So that was really fortunate. And also on the same time, DJSI, which is from the Dow Jones Sustainability, was answering for the world class of the questionnaires, was coming on together. So me and my senior had to gain all of the informations from all of part of the business units and all of the branches inside of the central group. So it was really hard to communicate among the president of the BUs and making up out of the working teams within the company.
Wow, this is so challenging. It's so difficult. And can you share your more successful marketing campaign to date and what is it like?
I would like to see that it is our new marketing campaign, and I think it is going on really well, is about the Central Tham. Central Tham is, yeah, basically it's in Thai, means Central Tham, which means Central does do something for the community. It is the campaign about like helping societies on different parts, such as community development or environmental movements, such as let me give you an example of the campaign, such as gathering out of the plastic bottles from the waste to convert it as the PPE suit, which is really needed for the COVID-19 related staff, such as doctors, nurses, or monks who are doing the funerals for someone who passed away due to COVID-19. So Central Tham has done the project, and it had gone really well, and I think it is one of the most successful project that I think. Some of the people might see that the number of the accomplishment is pretty low, but I do give some of the meanings that we do give some of the PPE suits to the monks who are doing the religious funerals to those who passed away for the COVID-19. And the temple really asked for help to us. So I think that is one of the successful thing that Central Group has gathered all of Thai people to help one side of the people who is having hard time for the COVID-19 situations.
Well, that's very interesting. Okay, for the next question, who are the main targets of your company?
Basically, it's all. Basically, all of the Thai citizens are targeted and all of the tourists are targeted. But it depends on our company branches or company business units, such as Nentara is targeted for those who are traveling for tourists, or currently we increase the target market to the people who are looking for the workplaces due to COVID-19, because most of the offices changed to the work from home campaigns or situations. So Central has gave up for the new campaign to help business people who could not work in their home to use their places as an office. And for Central Patana is for, yeah, we are looking for the families who are trying to have a place to shop or place to stay, such as condominiums, houses, villages, so they could find a way to stay and live in their life and being a part of their life, and Central where people out of the people can gather together. And for Central Retail is the place where people out of the people looking for the products they need, such as supermarkets or hardware such as Thai Wasadu or Man and Beyond, to come and find the furnitures or some of the materials to make up things.
How do you talk to a company CEO or department head about corporate marketing?
Actually, it's kind of the communication skills that you should look for within the company, because we are not talking to the customers as we have learned in the university. Actually, the word of corporate marketing was the first thing I ever heard from studying business is Central Group. So when my senior asked me to join his team and explaining about the corporate marketing, I thought there was nothing about to deal with that, because people and people are talking together, we just can't talk each other. But actually when we are talking to the board of directors or CEO or different head of the departments, we do need some of the written letters or polite words that we have to talk to. And it also depends on what nationality they're from and what kind of personality they do have. So when we are asking for the informations or have to schedule about the meetings that we have to do, we really, really need to be polite to them, and we indirectly talk to them. If we directly talk to them, it will makes kind of like impolite situations. So we will send an email, or if we do not get any response within the time that we are planned to, then we find their personal assistant or secretary to ask about the email situations.
Okay, so can you share some effective methods you use to help your company determine its market position?
Effective communications. Yeah. As one of the strategic marketing specialists, I do have some of the opportunities to publish some posts on social media to expand our marketing campaigns, or sharing marketing campaigns to different business unit presidents or employees within the company. There's a platform for our company to share the marketing campaign strategies within the group, to see what kind of the marketing campaign is going on, and what do we need employees to do for the marketing campaigns to going on. And also when we're talking to the customers, we do have to really concise copywriter to write on the social media posts and consider about the wording that we are using. And in this situation, it doesn't matter it will be polite or impolite, but it does matter what word will make the customers interested to join our campaigns to do. So the most effective one was that following the trends within the social media. So we have to see what new words in these generations are using, or what trends that are coming up, such as, for example, if Harry Potter is coming back, then we are using reference to the Harry Potter styles to write write the post or make up the key visuals, posters to see whether people are interested and join our campaigns.
Wow, so you have to like to be up to date like day by day to see the trend. And
Yeah.
how and how has the COVID affect your company business development?
Actually, it was really, really hard for the company to see the COVID-19 situations. As you all know, Central is kind of off-site business that people can seek of, and it was it's hard to say. In this situation, Central keep try to find out new kind of the business or new way of selling the business to the customers to keep in touch, which we have come up with the JD Central that we have developed it, which is the IT platform of shopping such like Lazada or Shopee. So Central tried to keep on this COVID-19 situations, and the business units such as Centara or Central Patana, which could not be online, they definitely have to be on site, is try to give the customers to have the safety on themselves. We came up with the contactless services such as paying contactless parking services, or Centara would have their big cleaning days keep going on to let the people who came to use their services to know that it is COVID free and it is really safe to use their services.
Okay, so nowadays people tend to do more like online business, and as you are the strategic marketing specialist, do you have any recommendations such as like, do and don't?
Do and don'ts. Yeah. Can I ask you more specifically, like do and don'ts for who, like business people or for the customers or for the specialists itself?
For the business, like business people.
Okay. For the business, I would say that don't push your business. to be more straightforward is like, in current situation, if you keep doing offsite services or offsite campaigns that encourages people to come and join the maybe concerts or some markets that going on within the shopping mall, it does affect really big, because if you let's imagine that there is a flea market going on underneath the shopping mall, and one COVID infected people came and many of the people joined the flea market services. It will make big outcome to the social, which might increase the infected people within the nations, or it will bring big impact. And as the consequence of that, I think that someone will post on the social media about what happened and where it started. And from, as all you know, the previous situations such as Central World's Groovy had the infected people had joined the restaurants there. It does make big impact to the social media and also to the Central. So Central, fortunately we found out that it was false news, but it does make most of the people thought that Central is not furthermore safe place. So we had the difficult time on there. So from experiences, you should not keep on the offsite businesses performances, and there is a big situation about the COVID-19 infected rates are going on.
Right. So in your opinion, what challenges will the marketing industry face in the future?
In the future, I would say that, I don't know, have you ever heard about the concept of the metaverse? Metaverse is kind of virtualized situations in the virtual world. Facebook and Instagram is going on to do such things on the social media, and some of the businesses are also going to do some concepts of the metaverse. So I would think that we will be shopping on our virtual world and finding out what we need in there. And most of the technologies are coming really fast, and innovative campaigns and products are coming fast. So it will be developing really, really fast that we could not catch up to. But definitely there will be a way to follow up the trends and the concepts that most of the people are needed. And yeah, that is the biggest one that marketing will be faced. And also the social media is the really, really big one that we have to consider either.
Right. Okay, for the last question, can you describe the perfect customer experience?
The perfect customer experience is that yeah, in these times, during this hard time, we really need the safety comes first, and their reliability have to comes to the experiences first, and answering the customer needs are really, really important. Yeah, I know that the answer is kind of like coming from the book, but it is the real things that I have experienced in working in this industry. And we have to seek for the customer needs that they will demand in the future, such as before the COVID comes, when the people started to seek for the sanitizing products that they need, Central has came up with the masks or hand gels to come up to the front door of the product lines. And we have to satisfy customer needs. And most of the brands that we have to seek for also have to following the trends that customer needed to use or needed to buy for those. And that from that, we have to come up with the new campaigns, because I do see some of the people are having movements about the environmental movements, such as they're pointing out for the fast fashion industries, which I do agree with that situations, because the fashion industries does come up with the 4 seasons collections, and they do have to change their collections at least 4 seasons of the year. So coming up with new campaigns to make customer think that, yeah, Central is doing something that is profitable and that is benefitable to the social, is also making customer experiences more perfectly.
All right. Well, thank you, Kunhana, so much for meeting with us today. It was such a pleasure to learn more about your company and your job. Well, that's all for our interview. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.